That's because I am Mary Jane Lang, protected by a shield of plausibility.
So anyway, this is in the cab about 50 feet up in the air,
Yeah,
and there's another
suspended
truck
by
about
webbing.
another 20 feet above them. And
So
okay.
Spider-Man, starts to try and have a bit of a fight. Unfortunately, he's forgotten that there are two of them. I know what you're thinking. You think maybe he'd remember that.
He'd seen it on the news.
Meanwhile, whilst all this action sequences and fighting is going on, it's intercut city back to, this could be the end of Spider-Man. This is the end of Spider-Man. This could be the end of, I'm just going to stop reading the news.
Because, to be honest, we're watching the film. We know what's going on. Pretty much we know what's going to happen. I mean, there are only a few endings that can happen in a superhero film.
And
so
we'd like to see them. We don't want to keep cutting back to, this could be the end of Spider-Man.
And every time something cuts away from something, it yanks you back. All I can say is Jaws. Jaws is awesome because they stick on the boat. If you watch Open Water, you'll know that every time you try and build up some tension, and to be honest, there's not fucking much in that film, they keep on cutting away to some arty-farty shot of an upside-down chameleon shaped, hanging with the moon in the background. And it just rips you out. Stay with your characters. Stay with them.
Stay in the moment.
Exactly.
But don't use the shaky camera.
Exactly. And keep the action building. Keep the tension going. Because if you got womp, 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 you're going, yes, and then you go, and
back to the newsroom. It's just, it really...
It's bad pacing. It's bad
not
pacing.
on.
The bit at the start with the news, fair enough, but once you actually get into the final battle...
Once he's actually swung in with the incredibly glorious theme reused again, I thank you, Christopher Young.
Christopher Young, seriously, repetition? Not all that wanted in this film.
Not really. Wanted a score to be signposted. I'd have written it myself.
Yeah, because to be honest, you didn't really do anything. It does make me think that Danny Elfman is laughing heartily at you, sir.
But then it's confusing because Christopher Young did rescore Spider-Man 2 a little. So
True.
I don't get it.
We won't get into the score too much.
No.
Because we're
So anyway, so he's there, he's having the final fight, and between Venom and Sandman, they've kind of got him covered. Venom's got it holding him down, and Sandman's got this bloody great mallet, and Sandman looks even more like the Mummy than ever. I was expecting Brendan Fraser to turn up and the British newsreader to be Rachel Weisz. I was like, come on! And Brendan Fraser didn't turn up.
No, he didn't.
Which
but,
is upsetting.
So anyway, the
Spider-Man's
Sandman's kind of
pummeled.
down there on
Smack.
the ground. And then, Venom has a big blade, and they do that thing they do in all the films, where they decide to talk instead of just get it over with. This is the reason James Bond stays alive so much. Okay?
Yes.
And it had that with Venom, who, to be honest, would not think twice.
Not stabbing him
twice. But then, da-da-da-da-da-da, Harry!
He comes in, he saves the day, and actually, you know what? Them teaming up, I like. I like the fact that he saves his life and then dies himself.
Oh, I thought
because it's like the comics.
No, that bit's like the comics. But to be honest, when they were doing that whole holding hands going around the world, I thought I was honestly going to puke. I thought, could this has turned into a cop buddy film? Pete, heads up! I would kick you. I would throw bombs at you. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! And then all of a sudden, Pete was pretty much out for count. It was all, Harry saved the day! Here I come to save the day!
Mighty Mouse.
Harry is not Mighty Mouse.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Very few people are.
No, not sure apart from Mighty Mouse.
Of course.
Maybe Superman.
Maybe.
Superman could be Mighty Mouse.
Superman's
Superman's like the human version of Mighty Mouse, really.
He is, yeah.
Except I don't think Mighty Mouse had X-ray vision.
No, he didn't.
No, we'll have to watch some Mighty Mouse.
We will. Mighty Mouse.
And then, right, I'm going to start wrapping this up now because, to be honest, the more I think about this film, the angrier my blood is boiling.
There's heat coming off this man in waves.
I don't know if you can see the red. I'm actually, I can feel the blood coming to my cheeks. I don't know if you heard the cracking on the camera.
there's cracking going on. So they have this fight, and
the Sandman becomes, let's be honest here, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Nobody steps on a church in my town.
No one steps on Haven Church in my town.
1, 2, 3, Hosen.
Seriously, is there anyone else out there thinking that he was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Because I know there's others of you out there that must think that.
He's more the Mummy than the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, come on, he's a big roaring thing kind of clambering onto the side of a building.
Oh, good point, yeah.
And then he gets defeated by what? Fire! It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man!
Dan Aykroyd, why didn't you turn on?
You can just see Bill Murray, can't you? Images in there.
Ghostbusters. Excellent.
So,
Anyway,
Let's skip on to Venom's dismissal, right?
Pretty good dismissal.
Yeah, that was cool. He starts
and then starts going.
and then sort of like Pete says.
And do you know what that actually flashed me back to? Another Marvel movie, Daredevil, when Bullseye's doing the but
let's not talk about Daredevil.
Okay, we will.
Okay.
No.
That we don't speak
We
about
don't
Daredevil.
disagree.
He likes
We don't
it.
agree.
I think it's the pile of shite it is. Let's
Okay.
just leave it at that.
Let's do that.
But,
So yeah, he beats Venom.
yeah, no, but
really.
this is my point. It's not Venom, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of the world.
No. It's Spider-Man Light or Dark.
Because to be honest, he said, Eddie, you don't need to do this. And so, what does Eddie turn around and say? I like it. No! He should say, there is no Eddie, we are Venom. That's what he says all the time.
We are, and there was no we.
There's no I, it's they have bonded together, they have become Eddie Brock, alien symbiote, their hatred together has fused, they become Venom. They are the deadliest Spider-Man foe, and then they kill him with a bomb!
Yep.
No! You've taken the
Actually,
greatest!
No. I don't think they've killed him. Judging by like the rumours that are going around about Spider-Man 4, apparently a dead villain comes back.
What, you mean it spawned carnage just before it died?
I don't know.
No, it was wrong, it wasn't Venom, and it sucked. It sucked major big balls.
He's
It
right.
was shit.
He's
It was
right.
shit. And then Harry dies for like 10 minutes.
But seriously, it's the greatest death monologue ever. I mean, even William Shatner had the good sense in Star Trek Generations to die quickly.
And let's put it this way. Trinity in Matrix
No,
Revolutions.
absolutely.
Now, I'm sorry, I
love
like
Trinity.
that film.
We do,
But the
we
death
do.
scene did go on a bit.
With
Harry's
three
just kind of
words.
goes, I can do it better. And by better, he means longer. And it was like, and then he actually does a...
And you just think... Meanwhile, Sandman gets his chance on the Starship plot explanation. You see, because they suddenly realise that they haven't given Sandman an arc, or a character, or anything apart from a stupid locket, they let him do his great speech, and then he fades away into sand and flies off. And
Yeah.
Peter lets him, and Peter forgives him, and doesn't hand him over to the police.
So yes, Sandman is there, saying sort of like, this is what happened with your uncle.
Flashback number 57 leaps into action. It's black and white, it's grim, it's gritty, it's not Sin City.
That was good, I like that.
Thanks.
Oh, look, we got that documented on camera. So yeah, Sandman comes in, he's like, this is why I did it. And Pete goes, I forgive you.
And whilst you can kind of buy that Peter Parker might forgive him, he would also hand him over to the authorities who are downstairs.
Yes, so what does he do? He lets him mummy-like fly off into the world to create more havoc. I mean, what the fuck?
Meanwhile,
That was so out of character.
really
I was by that point. You're just taking two really good sort of like heritage Spider-Man villains and just dishonoured them.
Bastardize them.
Completely. Bastardized them is the
Bastardized.
exact word.
yeah.
And I was just going, fuck off. So then we get to the funeral. I will let you take over the funeral, sir.
Meanwhile, at the funeral, it's silent, it's stormy. Harry Osborn is being buried. The demented Alfred gets his final word and drops a tear or two and a rose. Gwen Stacy and Captain Stacy are there for reasons that, as we previously stated, aren't really that clear. And Peter Parker makes his great and moving final monologue. You see, Harry taught him a lot about choice. And choice. And choice. And
Harry made the right choice
choice.
by trying to kill me, threatening my girlfriend, tearing our love apart, and then eventually helping me defeat the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
so, in conclusion, what we need to know is,